Alright. Imagine this. There's a guy. Let's call him Kojo. Kojo is brilliant, has great ideas, and everyone says he has potential. But Kojo has been working the same entry-level job for 7 years. He never gets a promotion, his bosses don't care about him, and he's been at the same income level for years. He keeps whining about how the system is rigged and how it's not his time. And on the surface, it seems like Kojo is actually suffering, but underneath it all, he's actually receiving a massive secondary gain. But you may be thinking, what is secondary gain? And I'm sure you've seen it in the title already. And that's what this video is all about. Hi, my name is The Paperman. I'm an animator and I talk about creativity, faith, and lifestyle. Recently, I learned about something that really sparked my curiosity and I thought to share it with you guys. I really hope this creates a lot of awareness concerning what's actually going on in our hearts. A lot started when I started observing a particular pattern amongst people, and especially all of my friends as well. I started seeing that being a victim is actually pretty cool. What do I mean by that? Like, being a victim actually helps you remove a lot of responsibility, and people don't see that. And that led into the research of Sigmund Freud, who is a psychologist, and his research concerning secondary gain. And what exactly is this concept around secondary gain? Simple. Humans like to be victims. Yep. And I'm going to give you an example in our guy Kojo. Now look, as long as Kojo sees himself as a victim of his environment, his job, his employers, even society itself, he never has to try. It never occurs to him the possible ways he could try to improve his income. Even more, he can protect his ego. If he never tries, then he never fails. And so he's not actually at risk of shattering his image, and that image he has of himself, which is obviously maybe the hidden genius that really hasn't just gotten the opportunity to shine, rather than the worker that wasn't good enough. And that is what I mean by secondary gain. And that is why we as a people love being victims. It gives us comfort, and it speaks to comfort zone, because if you never have to try, you can never fail. And if you never fail, you never have to face yourself and the image of, I couldn't achieve this. And that is why it's such a dangerous place to be. Yeah, before we continue, this video is proudly sponsored by me. If you've made it this far into the video, you're already clearly someone who wants to understand themselves better. While you're in this headspace, like and subscribe so more people can see it and more people can be aware of these things. I hope to create more content like this going forward on my YouTube channel. Please like, please subscribe. Now, the concept of secondary gain is really dangerous, and I would really advise for everybody to look it up. Because when you start thinking and start profiteering of not being able to do something, you stop yourself from moving on to the next level. If you never really try, you can never really fail. Yes, that's true. But you never really give yourself the chance to succeed at something, to see your failures, to see where you are at, to actually be able to step up and do something more with yourself. When you think along the lines of, it can never be me, this can't happen to me, these promotions, these special things, they only happen to special people, you never actually stop to ask yourself, how can this be me? And when you don't ask yourself that question of how can this be me, and why wasn't this me, you never really give yourself the chance for it to be you. In 2019, a PISA study performed by Dr. Dweck showed that those with a growth mindset, the belief that they can change their situation through work, scored significantly higher and also displayed lower levels of fear of failure and higher life satisfaction than those who believed that their talents were fixed or just God-given only. So that's the thing. When you feel that this is just who you are, this is where I am at, I can't go any place, I can't leave this place. These things happen to those kind of people, and I can't really become this person. I can't achieve at this high level because of who I am. I'm made to do things smaller. I'm made to do things little. You really start limiting your chances of possibilities. I want you to always just believe that you can do more with yourself. And whatever it is that you are doing should not remain the same. You are not just who you are now, you can become something more. And we'll be going back to Kojo for one last example. The last thing that acts as Kojo's secondary gain is this. He has a form of validation from sympathy. Whenever Kojo goes to the bar or a family gathering and tells the story of how he was cheated and how times are hard, He gets a pat on the back and, some, well, it's alright, you're too good for them anyway. This gives Kojo the freedom from responsibility because, well, he's a victim of his environment. Now, he doesn't have to read books, he doesn't have to improve on himself or grow. He gets to be lazy without feeling guilty. And so he's validated in his own position, both by himself and by his family. He can protect himself from feeling hurt, from trying and failing. But we have to actually come to terms with the fact that there's a beauty in failure. School has taught us to see failure as a part of our character. The more we fail, the more we start seeing ourselves as failures. But really, if we really want to move forward in life, we must see the truth about failure. That failure is only a stepping stone for your success. So sometimes you have to fail a lot for it to actually succeed in a very, very big way. And so we must never see failures as a definition of our character and define ourselves with it. And that's the main thing that makes us afraid of trying and failing. We think that when we fail, we become failures ourselves. And so Kojo is trying to protect this. He's trying to guard on this. All I'll say is that try. Fail. Failure is good. Failure is actually good. It means you tried. Does that mean that you're a failure? No. But it means you tried. And you should never let it define you. Try again. Always try again, no matter how many times you fail. One day, you will see that because of all your many failures, you have gone far, far, far ahead of how you would ever be if you had never tried in the first place. And even me, as I'm making this video, is me trying out something I've never done before. So please, like and subscribe, because I will keep trying. I will keep trying until I succeed. If you really like this video, I hope to create more videos like this. I'm thinking about doing a second video like this that tackles how people use faith that God said, this is where God wants me to be, as an excuse for not actually trying new things. Just let me know if you want that video down in the comments.